my loves, thank you for being here. I hope you're ready for some favorites of the month, some of the most used products for me this past month, and things that have just really stood out to me big time. So I'm gonna do it full face style, but I'll probably have a few things additionally to talk about, just because there's more than just what encompasses the face, and then there are also some steps of the face that maybe don't have a favorite. I'll identify all of that. Also, you want to be checking Walmart right now for the clothing markdowns. I have gotten some great deals on tops. I think the one I'm wearing now was marked down to like $7 or something. Super duper soft, not too like tight and clingy. Sorry you can't see the whole thing, but so soft. It's like world's lightest take on polar fleece, and I have it in this cute little speckled print, and I got like a sort of a khaki tan, very, very subtle leopard print as well. They've just got so many things marked down, and I never like to spend much on my clothes, especially when I'm like around the house, I'm dealing with kids. I like stuff that looks cute, but I want it to be comfortable and something that I don't feel funny in all day long. So right now might be a time to find some good deals on clothes. Floating through the air. Before I get going with the makeup, a couple of favorites that have been, I guess, skincare favorites for me. My little makeup erasers. Okay, these have been huge for me in my makeup removal process, and they do actually work. These are these little cloths. Are they microfiber? I'm not sure what exactly the material is, but they actually, with the addition of only water, you just wet them down and they do remove my full face of makeup. They can even remove eye makeup. Now, there are a couple of times where I know I've put on resistant eye makeup and it can still take that off too, but I know I will speed up my overall process if I use like some eye makeup remover. CeraVe has a great new eye makeup remover. I can link that below as well, but I'm talking days when maybe I've used Estee Lauder Little Black Primer or that new L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. That one can be kind of resistant to removal. So if I know I'm wearing a mascara like that, I can take it off with some remover and then just get everything else off with this, but they totally work and they're really cute as well. There are tons of different designs and it's a 7-pack. Okay, so when I do my laundry on Sundays, you know, they all get washed and I've got a fresh set for the week and I'm not wasting a thing. And I even got sets, I talked about this in another video, for my girls, not that they're removing makeup every day, but just the thought of all you have to add is water and your face can be clean. They can just like use it to wash their face every night, and they have their own sets. Again, there's 7 in a pack. Belle has the princesses, Biddy has the villains, and they like it that way. And you know, they get washed once a week. And then, my loves, these are the makeup eraser toner puffs, and I've been using these 7 in a pack again, and I can put my like Paula's Choice exfoliate stuff on there, and I can get it around on my face or whatever I'm choosing to use as toner on a given night, and it's awesome. They're great, and I'm not having to go through boatloads of cotton rounds. Okay, so I got those and I got these, and this has been my replacement. You know, those Olay face wash cloths, if you're like, what happened to those? Well, they just kind of stop making them. Those dry cloths that have the soap in them and you wet them down, and I've been using them since college, and I guess all good things must come to an end, but they were great about removing all my makeup, but they just stopped turning up in stores one fine day. So I'm a makeup eraser girl now, and I'm using those and these, and I feel like my skin has responded well, like no problems at all, and I just love the thought of I've got 7, they get washed, then I got a nice new stack every week. It's great. Moving on to makeup. If you saw the video where the thumbnail says, I keep wearing this look, I do keep wearing that look, honestly. I've been wearing it all the time, and it centers around L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. Does it look different? Yep, it got a pump on it, and I will link to the pump below. Thank you all for turning me on to that. I prime my skin with something, and it's often been this. This was the one featured in the video, the Perfector 4-in-1, but I've also been using my e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the shade 2. I'm gonna use that one today just to switch it up a little bit. Cats have been like racing and chasing, so on another level this morning. Yes. Hello. Love you so much. So I'm just using my e.l.f. Duo complexion brush. That all blended in. What's the difference, you might ask, between this and the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector? I would say this is even more glowy. And perhaps just, it feels like a little bit more on the skin. This feels lighter on the skin. But if you're in the mood for more of a glowy look, go with the e.l.f. My preference is very day-to-day, so it's worth it for me to have both. This stuff, I mean, this True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum, I wear in 2-3 Light. As you can see, I've used a lot of it. And it's kind of funny when we talk staying power and you expect the product to have something in the name like Super Stay, Extreme Wear, blah, blah, blah. And you don't think that something called a nude tinted serum is going to really be in that staying power conversation, but it totally is for me. And I'm sorry, I haven't yet removed my chippy nail polish. We've had 2 straight snow days, gang. There hasn't been time. So again, with that same brush, the coverage looks beautiful. What is the deal this morning? It's a medium coverage, you know, but it's so pretty. And then you're getting a look at it with that real glowy primer underneath, which adds a little something extra. I mean, look at the skin. It's great. And it wears all day long. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my specific skin type. You know, I'm pretty much normal skin. This stuff has just been a workhorse for me. And I keep coming back to it when I have little gaps where maybe I haven't used it. I keep coming back. I also have rediscovered and enjoyed this one from e.l.f. Just e.l.f.'s standard foundation in the line, which I wear in Sand. That's really pretty too. And you can see that in action in the full face of e.l.f. I've been using an awful lot of my Incognito concealer. This is an awesome concealer. I wear it in light beige. I didn't specifically name it on my post-it note as a complete favorite specifically. I guess because I have bounced around somewhat. I've also been using a decent amount of my Too Faced Ethereal Light. Is that what it's called? One in the cute packaging. Yeah, Born This Way Ethereal Light. That one's been good for me too. But so many have. My CoverGirl Red Cap in the little squeezy bottle. That's been great. Again, at the core of it all, for the face routine that I love, it's that L'Oreal foundation. Other products can be substituted, but if you watch that face routine video, like, those are obviously some great ones. There we go. Incognito says no problem. Oh, I was so warm and cozy in the bed this morning. We are loving our new bed. Sleep Number, baby. It's so good. But the thing that can ultimately get me out of bed is knowing I have a fun makeup video to shoot and I really have to go to the bathroom. Once that alarm goes off, I realize it and I'm like, oh, I can't go on any longer in this bed. Oh, my NARS Soft Matte Concealer in the little pot. I've been wearing a good amount of that as well. See, I wear makeup every day, so there's a chance for many things to be on the frequently used list. But there's that. Loving. Powder-wise, I'm taking my Doll 10. This is the Perfecting Treatment Powder. I can't remember the name very well of it usually. Nice little packaging with a twister. So it twists over the holes, and when you're ready to use some, it can shake out. Well thought out packaging. We love that. My little puffs. Got all my brushes and my puffs washed. Feels good. I'm gonna apply this and feel like I'm being a little heavy-handed with it, but it's such a light powder and it does such an amazing job this way. Like, you just gotta trust it a little bit. And it was just kind of a rediscovered, like, hey, I haven't used that in a while, and then boom. It's so light, it looks so good on the under eye all day. Absolutely. It's fun to have a makeup routine you're really excited about. And I hit T-zone with this too. I'm gonna get around my nose because I know that's gonna benefit my staying staying power tremendously. And we can dust away the excess. I realize there's excess. Can some of those steps, like in the video where it was the blurred skin long wear, I keep wearing this makeup look video, can you plug in another powder other than that one? You can. I think this is a special powder, but I have also used my Wet n Wild, or I've used my Fit Me, and both can work well. They can. This is just like extra light while still doing the job, and I love that. A specific thing that I put on my favorites list is this. I believe this is a very special, very underrated powder. It's from the Huda Glowish line, and it's called the Luminous Pressed Powder, and I wear it in the shade Light. And this, I mean, think of Hourglass powders and their pretty kind of slightly luminous finish that they have on the skin, but give it more coverage, and that's what this kind of thing is. As in, not too flat, but it really adds a little coverage, and I've been wanting to reach for this over any foundation that I wear. And look at that, like, just, it's a gentle sheen but I swear it's so special. And I talked about this in a previous video, but NYX had something called the no filter powder, and it was doing this kind of thing, but it didn't have quite the coverage in it. This has a softness and it looks so pretty just setting everything all over. It's a powder you're gonna want to use just all over the skin. Look at that like soft kind of pearlescent type glow happening, but not too much, and it wears wonderfully all day. Nothing's gonna look funky. It's not too metallic. It just sets the makeup while maintaining the most beautiful little glowy finish on the skin. I love it. As far as kind of like accent steps on the skin, I put these 3 products down because I've been wanting to reach for them a lot. My little Wet n Wild sticks, the contour stick in Where's Walnut, the blush stick in Floral Majority, and the highlighter stick in When the Nude Strikes. These cream products are great. I also put down my Refi bronzer. This tone is so beautiful in the tan shade, the cream bronzer. This was used in the Full Face of Hype New Makeup, so you can see it there, but it's like a really special color. It's got a richness to it and a little bit of red maybe in the tone that just, it looks so convincing and so like, yeah, that's the way I want to look if I've been out in the sun for a while, like gorgeous. So really special tone, unlike a lot of things that I have. So I definitely wrote that down on my post-it, but I'm going to use this little trio today too so you can appreciate how great these look. Where's Walnut is a fantastic product. So I'm going to put this on. There we go. That's kind of my contour zones, okay? These sticks blend out really well. You can find them on Ulta's website. I wouldn't say I find them everywhere Wet n Wild is sold in store, you know? Some people will be like, oh, well, CVS has them all the time, but yet, you know, Walmart may not, but you know, I'll link. Trying to keep it high with that contour, not letting it drop down too low on the face. I mean, they're blending out with ease. They're no M Cosmetics So Soft stick, but they're good. And if you're into the cream thing and not wanting to spend a high-end price, it's quite good. Oh, hard to watch game last night. SIU. Big loss to Bradley. Darn it. But there we go. Beautifully chiseled face, loving the finish on the skin. Can you put cream on after you've put on powder steps? Yes, you can. You'll notice though that I'm blending carefully. You know, I'm not doing a real raking, pressing hard kind of motion. I'm trying to keep it like sort of a blotting motion, and that matters. Then I'm going to put on some of this blush. This is again in the shade Floral Majority. This is creamy. It doesn't have any shimmer. What else did I put down? I know I put down several other blushes. Oh, the Teddy for sure, from Persona. It's so gorgeous, this shade. I mean, it's kind of like a neutrally blush. I will link to the video where this was applied, but it's pretty on cheeks and lips for that monochromatic thing. It ends up looking soft and toasty and just even prettier than you might imagine. So I put that one down, and I also put down the Butter Glow, because this is a quick fave. This is a swoop it in type thing. This is the Butter Glow pressed powder in the Natural Glow shade. It's pretty as a blush, and it's also gorgeous as an eyeshadow too. That stole my heart when that ended up working as an eyeshadow in that video. Oh, before I forget, I got a sample pack of these e.l.f. primers, the Poreless Putty Primer in every version, like the regular, the matte, the luminous. When did they get so creamy? They're way creamier than I remembered. I mean, I recently decluttered some e.l.f. Putty Primer. I always felt like it had a drag across the skin. It wasn't quite creamy enough. These are so creamy. They're like the same formula as the Cookies and Dreams stuff that I really like. Like, I can't complain at all about the creaminess of this texture. They changed something somewhere along the line on us, guys. And every version of it that I got in this little sample pack feels so soft and creamy and easily blendable. It hasn't always been that way with that product, so I thought that was kind of cool. But okay, I mentioned Persona Teddy. Been wanting to wear this shade a lot from ColourPop, the one called Hot to Touch. This stunning, bright, matte, cool pink. So gorgeous. But we're gonna do this one today. We're wearing the floral. Oh no! It's okay. It's okay. I was able to press it right back in, but yikes. Didn't need that kind of drama today. Oh, this product's so great. Boing, it breaks. Pressing over it with the Sephora 56, just another shape and size of a 56 that I have. I used Sephora 56 to blend in the bronzer or the contour, and now we're moving on to this. This is really pretty though. I feel like most people who have tried these sticks would agree. They're legit. They were maybe even a little before their time, like when they first came out, but this cream product craze is really taking over and they fit right in. Look at that pretty rosiness. I want more. I'm not sure what other shades there are in this or how many. I just know I ended up with this one and she's beautiful. To complete the trifecta, we have this cream highlight, When the Nude Strikes. It's so pretty. You can streak it right on from the stick, or you can kind of dab it on with your fingers, whatever you want to do. It blends easily and it's just a beautiful texture. You know, it doesn't offer anything chunky or wild. It's a super like light pearly shade and I tend to like those highlights. Pretty glowy everyday skin. You could plug in any lip look, any eye look. Wears like iron. I love it. I actually might layer on just because I mentioned this blush, and if you missed the ColourPop video, you need to know how stunning this is. Just one kind of dab and wiggle in. It's singing. It's singing. I love that shade. Hot to Touch is the color. Valentine's Day collection. Treat yourself, treat somebody else. There's another light pink shade, but it comes off a little chalky on me. This is the one. This one and the one called Woo Me. Woo Me for those who like something more, a little bit coral, slightly richer. Okay, I'm gonna put on some setting spray. This is the Airbrush Flawless from Charlotte Tilbury. Got the little 2-pack around the holidays, gave one to Pup, kept one for me, because I had actually never tried that until this past holiday season. No one particular brow combo is winning at the moment for me, so I'm just going to use stuff that generally works well. This is my CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow in Rich Brown. So yeah, we had ice this week. Really thick, and then we basically had a day of no melting at all. That's kind of where we ended up with the 2 snow days. Like, ice is nothing to be messed around with. And given our geographic location, I mean, we're practically level with places that are referred to as Mid-South. We're further south in Illinois than a lot of places in Kentucky are, you know? But I've found that like getting a heavy snow here, like that's really something to celebrate, because when a weather system's coming through, it's not always a given that we're gonna get the snow end of it. We might get the rain or even the ice, and that's kind of what happened here. We got ice and everything was shut down. There was no cheerleading practice, there's no nothing. Oh, but did your North Dakota bub still believe he could get into work? He was born in North Dakota. Yes, he did. Nothing will hold him down. He will go. I will make it top story on my Instagram stories. I will make a really big deal about it if we ever get winter weather that actually keeps that man down. I swear he cannot be scared by anything. Why do I feel like this brow sometimes comes off as thinner? I think they're pretty even, I think. Let's just brush. Then I'm going to use this NYX Thick It Stick It in Espresso. I'm just going to poke myself in the eye. I'm sort of in just use it up mode with some of this eyebrow gel stuff right now. Got several different ones in the rotation. This one works fine. When it was brand new, it was kind of goopy. For eyes, we're going to use some Milani eyeshadow primer. I didn't really put down a specific eye palette because, y'all, I've been bouncing around. One of the looks I've loved the most has been one of the simplest, which involved that Physicians Formula Butter Glow pressed powder. But right now, I'm in the midst of testing out these new little Milani palettes, and I really want to keep going so I can like give a full review. So I've done this one called Champagne Problems. Yesterday I wore this one called It's All Rosé. So I kind of want to keep going with one of these if you don't mind. This is not favorite status because obviously I've never worn it before, but I'm just gonna, in the name of continuing to test these out, let's use this one called Call Me Old Fashioned. This is the color scheme. We've got matte brown and kind of like a satin finish black. Got some taupe in there, like some deep copper. This could create a potentially pretty glam look. Another big fave for me has been my Persona double-ended eye brush, the one that says blend and apply. On so many occasions, it has created the full look, and I love that. So I'm gonna go into this brown, which actually looks rather deep. But yeah, these are the Milani Gilded Mini palettes, they're called. You can get them on Ulta. However, I ordered like 2 of these and they completely busted because Ulta does not protect products very well in their shipping. So these came in PR, so I guess it was meant to be that I try them because they ended up coming back around. I hadn't seen them in stores yet. They may be in Ulta stores for all I know. I haven't been in an Ulta in far too long. I feel like my Walmart is making room for more Milani. They've expanded the Milani section. So this dark brown, it's like, I feel kind of risky because it's so dark. Risky using it with this big fluffy brush, but she's blending. So after this, I'll have 2 more to use, and then I think I'll be ready for like a full review on these guys. Maybe I could just rank them, you know? Okay, this is pretty. I want to take this shade that looks, ooh, so pretty. It's a brownie taupe. You've got your more classic grayish taupes, but this is a brownie taupe. Get just a little bit on there, and also take that through the crease as well. That's pretty. Every one of these palettes that they put out is pretty neutral, you know. One's more plummy, one's a little pinky, but all in all, nothing very loud. I'm liking what we've built up so far here. I'm going to go to my light shade at the end, just kind of like a little bit of an off-white. I'm going to use that as my highlight, slash just smoothing it out, you know, smoothing out the edges. Then I'm going to take some of the black with my flat side, called Apply. Feel like I'm gonna sneeze. And just pat this on the outer corner, flip the brush, really get it all up in there. This is kind of an approachable black. It's not fully matte, and it kind of blends a little softer because of that, I think. In case anybody's wondering, Biscuits is totally chilled out. She's just sleeping on the floor. And we can flip over to our blend side, diffuse it even more. What are we thinking? I'm liking this. We work anything else off there, and we want to see what these shimmers are about. We got 2 unused right here. This one, ooh, that seems dry. And this one seems real creamy. This one right here, I don't know, it might be kind of a glaze. And then this one, very full on, looking very much like just a slightly stepped down silver. I want to go to this one first and just see. Yeah, it's kind of dusty. Let's try Finger. Finger is giving a little more, but still it's not profound impact. Like, it's giving me just something very slight, but nothing major. Good to know. That's why we're testing it. I went to the other shade now, and that's your big time. That's your big time softness. Kind of like, I took it pretty high. I'm kind of like blending right above it. Pretty. Got a little bit of fallout, but it's giving me kind of like Ice Princess to go along with our Ice Princess weather. I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush. I'm going to go to my other Persona duo that I love so much, the Smudge and Define. I'm going to take that smudge end, which as you can see could be a real good outer corner thing, and go into that brown. And just concentrate it a little more. Yes. Between this brush and that last brush I was using, like, it's interesting. I've got MVP eye brushes, but I didn't really have an MVP eyeshadow this month. It's all about these brushes. Plug them into anything. I would say all in all, even though this shade was kind of a dud, this has been a nice experience with this eye palette. Then I'm going to take Laura Mercier Cocoa. This is what I've been doing the last couple days. Lazy liner. And I just graze that along most of my lash line. And it's just like, boom, liner done. Nothing was sped up, like you're seeing it in real time. Put it along the lash line. I apply really lightly. I could get a much thicker line if I wanted to, but this cocoa shade just works with everything. Makes it a little bit deeper along the lash line, and when the mascara goes on, you have a little more look of thickness, I think. I'd say my current favorite mascara, probably the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I repurchased a new tube. My other one was getting a bit dry. Anybody else's kids love Bluey? It's actually a really sweet little show on Disney Junior. They even got the Bluey house that was like a group Christmas gift. And they like keeping it here in the makeup room. I don't blame them. It's a perfect vibe in this room. But they put it over here in this kind of open area. And sometimes Bubba will run up, and even if the girls aren't home, be like, see my Bluey house? So Lash Paradise, get the blackest black shade. Do not get Mystic Black. It's a whole other animal. It's just such a good mascara. For my lash type, it really works. And I'm sorry I ever really got away from it for very long. It's not too weighty. It helps hold the curl, and it builds pretty quick. Like that's pretty good for me, guys. I didn't really do anything to the lower lash line today. I'm kind of liking the lifted look. Like, look at that. One quick coat there on the left eye. Gorgeous. Just editing the video where I used that new one, the telescopic lift, like the impact with this one is so much quicker and ultimately a bigger lash when it's all said and done. Look. Love it. And it doesn't take forever to dry, which is nice too, and I think that's also why it agrees with my lashes so well. Okay, I'm going to put a little Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water on the lowers. I have another favorite that's food related, and it's the Great Value Diet Cream Soda from Walmart. Oh, so good. Sometimes I go to that if I feel like my sweet tooth is really calling for something. I'll have a little bit of that, and I can kind of keep from needing anything that would be less nutritious, you know? For lips, we got several different things. One thing that I haven't mentioned yet that's absolutely gorgeous, this, I guess, new shade of the Revlon Super Lustrous Shine. It's called Toasting Glasses. Just look. Your lips but better. Yeah, it's not quite as deep as Rum Raisin, I want to say, because I really like that one from this line also, but just so pretty, and so pretty layered up on different lip liners that I've used, like Nude from Revlon Color Stay, sorry, brow strap. So that one's been a love. And then also in a video, I tried on every shade of my Too Faced Heartcore lipsticks, getting big into these also. Like, they have kind of a balminess to them, but really pretty color, and I just like a lot of the shade choices in the line. I love Heartcore. It has the pink heart in the middle. I also love Nothing Compares to You. I think I'm going to do that one today. Looks like this. It gives kind of a coral watermelon-y feel. And they smell exactly like a strawberry lip smacker, all of them. See, isn't that fun? That took this whole look and just, boom, transformed it. But they have this moisturizing, kind of rich, balmy feel. I love them. Finishing off my look, I'm just going to do what I always do. I take Kosas Cloud Set in Breezy and my Morphe Under Eye Bullet Brush. Any kind of smallish tapered brush like this will do. And I go right over this zone. It's sneaky and it just perfects. I love this look. I love the addition of that fun lip, and those have been some of the lip colors I've been wanting to go for mostly these days. Take out my little clips, and there's the finished look. Thank you all so much for watching this video about my favorites and for watching while I plugged in a total new product there on the eyes, but I'm just really wanting to get all those tested so I can give you a review on those new Milani mini palettes. As always, I would love to hear what favorites you have in the comments section. Let me know, makeup, skincare, body, whatever it may be. I am all ears. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys again very soon. I love you. Bye.